Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. For this week's reading, I will be working with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards. As always, these are general readings, so the readings may or may not resonate with you. So let's get right into the reading. Leave the parts that don't resonate with you and take the parts that do. So what does Spirit want to bring through for this week's reading? It was a very intense week for me last week, especially with the eclipse energy. Like, I was going through a lot of shifts in my energy and I needed a lot of downtime. So I don't know what's going on with you guys, but there's a lot going on in the collective, okay? So always pay attention to your body, to your needs. Like, if you need more rest, if you need more downtime, like, take out time for yourself. Okay, these are a bit hard to shuffle, so I'm just gonna pull out the cards randomly, okay? And I think we need two more. Okay, that's two more. Okay, so the first card we have is Moon, and it says take note of intuitive messages. Okay, so like I said, the eclipse energy, the moon's energy, and all these cycles, they're like influencing us collectively. What I'm sensing is you're being pushed to go deeper beyond the surface. So the moon is also all about, our shadow aspects, our fears, we're always talking about the light, but we have those darker aspects within us that we ignore or we kind of push back out of fear, right? But sometimes it needs to be addressed, it needs to be acknowledged, right? We need to sit with those icky emotions and heal that, right? Because what happens is when we don't face those emotions, they may come out in different forms, in different situations, in different ways. So like, your intuition at this point is on an all-time high. You're getting a lot of intuitive messages, signs. You may be seeing things, you may be feeling things. Like, your psychic senses are heightened right now. I don't know, with this card, I'm also picking on moonstone crystals. So if you feel guided to work with moonstone crystal, or keep that close to you, or wear it as a bracelet. So, the other thing is, for some, it's a path that you feel called to walk on that path, but there are fears surrounding it, okay? But we're gonna go through this entire reading and we're gonna see what's coming through, okay? The next card we have is Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Again, right? The unknown that I felt with the moon. It's like, with this card, like, I'm seriously feeling for this week, it's almost, the feeling that I'm getting is like you know what you want, but there is a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of fears, there's a lot of darkness, but you see this lightning even in the darkness. It's like you have your aha moment, okay? You've had your awakening, you've had your something's come to light in your own mind, okay? And you're seeing now, like, the higher perspective with this eagle here. You're seeing the higher perspective of a situation, and you may want to take a risk, you may want to take a chance, but with the moon and this trust in the unknown, I feel like you don't know, like, it's not laid out, it's not clear cut. You'll be taking your chances with it. But this elderly figure here, it's like you've gained the maturity, you've gained the wisdom through this period of uncertainty, through this period of not knowing, you've gained a lot of wisdom. And now there is an idea, or there's an inspiration, or there's something that you want to move forward with, but it's like, it's not clear. It's not clear yet. Okay, so the third card we have is, wow, and there's another card right under the third card. Okay, so we have 5 cards today. The third card we have is Warrior, and it says, be fearless and stand strong. So this is what your spirit guides want to show you, that you are a warrior. Okay, deep within you, you are a warrior, and no matter what happens in your life, you always seem to persevere. You always seem to move forward. You always seem to get up, you know, no matter how defeated you feel. And I feel like you have been through a lot of challenging situations in your life where uncertainty was there, or you were not clear. You had to stand for yourself. You had to defend yourself. Okay, this is also the energy of, you know, defending yourself, protecting that which is yours. Now, what I'm also getting is, whatever this situation is and however this applies to your life, Spirit wants you to be strong. Spirit wants you to face it rather than hide in the shadows. Face your fears. Face whatever it is that's coming up for you, that is creating so much anxiety for you, because deep within you are a warrior. You are a warrior of light. Okay, and this card, I didn't even know I had another card underneath this, but we have the Fire Guardian here. Fire Guardian, and it says, ignite your passions. And for some, you have a choice. I don't know, I'm feeling this. It's like there is a decision. Okay, it's almost like, should I do this or should I stay? Should I do it? Should I, you know, there's this. But with the Warrior and the Fire Guardian, I feel like you're very passionate. You're a very passionate person. So like, whenever you go for something, it's like you go for it full-heartedly. You can't do things half-heartedly. That's what I'm getting. And it's like, even though you are deciding on something, like, you are very passionate about it. With the Warrior and this, like, you want to fight for it. You want to fight for what's yours. And the last card we have is Druid, hold the space. This reminds me of the Hermit card. For some, you have a father figure or a grandfather in spirit who is watching over you. But you know what? What I'm also getting is, there is a situation that has aged you. And I don't mean it, excuse me, I don't mean it in the wrong way. What I mean is, when I say that, it's like, you have gained so much wisdom in such a short time because of what you experienced, that it's like, it would take a lifetime to learn that. But you learned it, let's say, in a year, or you learned it in 2 years because of what you experienced. And it aged you in your way of thinking, your outlook, how you approach life, how you see things, your perspective. It shifted everything. You know, again, this lightning is like, you had this aha moment. You had this, it's like the lightning just struck you hard, and you're not the same person. You have a different vision. And I am seeing with the cards that you could be doing a lot of in and out, in the sense one day you're enthusiastic about everything you want to do. The next day you're in this hermit mode. You're like, no, I need my sacred space. I need my quiet time. I need to be alone in nature. I need to be myself. You may be spending a lot of time alone. You may be wanting to stay away from people right now, just because of everything that's going on. And this is like, you know, what I'm feeling is this is more so an internal battle more than an external thing. But with the moon here and the father sky, I just feel like your emotions are on a high. And your emotions are taking over you on this new direction, which you're very passionate about. I can see that with the fire guardian here, like you're very passionate about it. And you're willing to fight for it. You're willing to fight for what you feel, what you desire, you know, because the desire is so strong. But there is this, but with these two cards, there is a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of, not uncertainty so much in your mind as to what you want, but uncertainty as to how is it gonna pan out if I were to take these action steps. How is it gonna be if I follow through my passions? But you have definitely gained some wisdom. Let me see if there's anything else that needs to come through. I'm hearing take the risk. Take the risk, because I feel like it's a very calculated risk. And I say that because I feel like you've thought and you've overthought this, okay? With the druid and the father sky, I feel like you've really been in this hermit mode for a long time. So you've taken a long time to process everything, to understand everything. It's not just on a whim. It's not just, oh, I feel like it and I'm gonna. No, this reading is not about that. This is about, I thought and I rethought and I thought again, and I know what I want. And I'm very passionate about it, and I'm willing to fight for it, because I feel in my gut that this is the right thing for me, even though things are not clear. But it's like, because you had this epiphany, because you had this awakening, that it's like your thinking is not the same as it was 2 years back. The way you're viewing the world, the way you're viewing situations, people, things, it's completely changed. That outlook has completely changed. You're not in that same space. You're in a different space now. You're so much stronger. You're so much stronger than you realized. And it's like you've stood, you've passed through the tests of time, and you've proved to yourself. It's not about proving to others, it's about proving to yourself that you have survived, all these storms that I'm seeing. But these storms are in the past. Right now, you have a lot of strength, you have a lot of wisdom within you, and it's time to bring that out. And for some, this has to do with your past. Like, your past was filled with, with the moon card, either you were dealing with selfish people, you were dealing with deceptive people, you were dealing with just crappy stuff, to be honest. It's like you were dealing with so much of shitty stuff, and it's like, but you have gained so much by going through this, by everything that you went through, you realized through everything that you went through, you realize how strong you are. In a nutshell, that's what I'm getting. Through everything that you went through, you had this realization that I am still standing tall, I am still standing strong, and I can follow my passions. But should I? So I feel in this reading there is a decision, or there is something, either a decision or you're at a standstill as to which path to take, but at the same time, it's like, I know which path to take, but it's not clear. So I hope this makes sense, because that's what I'm getting from the reading. And I always like to check the bottom of the deck, and we have snake. And it's interesting that the snake comes up, because I honestly don't understand my connection with snakes, but I'm gonna talk about it. First of all, I'm not scared of snakes. Like if I'm walking and if there's sometimes, you know, those what are they called, the grass snakes or something passes, I'm not scared of snakes. But I will often see them in my dreams. I will see snakes in my dreams. And recently, when I was, you know, on Monday evening, I got sick again because of the eclipse energy. The eclipse energy has hit me really hard this year, guys. And I'm going through these intense shifts. And what I saw was, I saw this light passing through my body, and then I saw these two golden snakes that were intertwined together like this and facing each other like that. And interestingly, we have the snake in our reading again here. The snake to me symbolizes the Kundalini energy, but more so also about major transformation. I like this, and like this says, shed old skin. So it's like, if I were to put this in this reading, it's like you've gone through so much. You've gone through death, rebirth, because of everything that you went through. Like I said, you know, it's like you've aged. You may not, I mean, I don't mean like a literal physical sense of aging. It's like you've gone through so much in a short time that you gained wisdom that you'd probably gain, let's say, in another 20 years, that you gained in a short span of time. But you're not the same person for sure. It's like death of old life, death to old life, death to old ways of perception, death to old beliefs. And maybe those beliefs were just passed on, and you find that you're not, because this is in the middle of the spread, the warrior and the fire guardian. And I feel this is you. Whoever it is that's watching, I feel this is you. You're a very passionate person. You like to go for your dreams. You like to fight for what is right. You like to stand in your truth. But you've gone through a lot, and it's just made you stronger, and it's made you wiser. But you're going through a transformation. If you're watching this, you're probably going through a lot of shifts, just like I am right now. And this year has been a roller coaster for me, guys. It's been like none other. I don't know what is going on. It's been really something very intense for me. Like, I normally go through shifts, but I go through in a period of time. It's like, but here it almost feels like back to back to back. And I'm like, oh God, what's happening? But I just have to accept it, whatever happens. Because, you know, with these shifts and these energetic things, like, you can plan as much as you want, but when they want to hit you, they'll just hit you, just like this lightning here, right? So anyways, it's a lot of time. I've taken a lot of time, but yeah, so that's what I'm getting with this, is definitely like I just want to conclude by saying that don't back down on your passions. Don't back down on your dreams. Don't back down on what you hold within you, because it's like For some of you, you guys may be very young, like maybe in your 20s, maybe in your teens. I don't know if teenagers are watching this, but you, it's like you have this wisdom, okay? You have, like, you're really wise. You're really wise, and it doesn't just come from this life, it comes from past lives as well. You have a lot of protection. There is a male figure in spirit that is watching you, that is your guide. This male figure is protecting you. And what I'm getting from this male spirit is to rise above the mundane, to not get caught up in he said, she said, he did, they did, all that stuff. Don't get caught up in that. Try to hold a higher vision. Stay focused on your goal. Not about who's doing what. And you know, we living in the social media world, we get very entrenched in who's doing what, and you know, like it's very addictive. And you're on the Instagram, sometimes I have to literally remind myself to get off it or get off Facebook and focus on other things, you know, like they say, chop wood and, you know, get water and stuff like that. Like, get real, get grounded. So the energy is don't get pulled into distractions, because you have a mission and you're stronger than anything else that pulls you in a different direction. You're going through awakenings, you're going through major shifts in your life, but you have gained so much wisdom. You're a wise soul. So trust that whatever decision you're gonna make is the right decision. And even if it's the wrong decision, you just learn something out of it. I don't believe any decision is the wrong decision. It's always like you learn something. We're evolving as souls. We're always learning as a soul, right? In this 3D reality. That's what we're doing. We're just evolving. We're learning. And that's what I'm feeling with this. Like you're growing, you're evolving, you're learning. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for subscribing, liking this video. Take care. Bye.